moving forward. Next is the phases of meiosis. See, here I have shown you the diagrams. I have taken only two chromosomes. There are two pairs where the 2n is equals to 4. Clear? So prophase, all the four stage, after all the four stage, you can see two homologous pairs of chromosome here. Now here in metaphase, what was happening in the normal metaphase? These metaphase, in metaphase what was happening? The chromosomes were aligning at the central plane, equatorial plane, and the spindle fibers were coming and attaching at the centromere. So same thing happens here in metaphase 1 also. The homolog pair line up at the metaphase plate or the equatorial plane, and the spindle fibers come and join at the centromere. Okay, so here what happens? See, here lies the difference in anaphase 1. What was happening in mitosis? In mitosis, these sister chromatids were going in different direction, but here as the homologous pair is together, out of this homologous pair, one of the member will go in one direction while the other will go in other direction. Clear? And this is what is happening in anaphase 1. The homologs separate to the opposite end of the cell and sister chromatids stay together. In anaphase 1, this is the major difference between anaphase 1 and the normal anaphase of mitosis. In the normal anaphase of mitosis, the sister chromatids were torn apart. Sister chromatids were stretched apart. But here in meiosis anaphase 1, the sister chromatids are together, but the homologous chromosomes are moving apart. This is an important conceptual thing. Understand very clearly that here the sister chromatids are not separating, but the homologous pair is separating and moving to opposite poles. Clear? Now the telophase. In telophase, again each chromosome is here. You can see these sister chromatids are non-identical. I told you in the previous diagram, in the previous slide, these sister chromatids, although they are sister chromatids without, because they are joined at the centromere, but they are not identical. Why? Because they have exchanged the genetic material with the homologous chromosome. You can see here the pink stretch here is been exchanged here with the purple stretch. So the homologous chromosomes have exchanged the genetic material in the crossing over. So they are non-identical sister chromatids. They move to the opposite poles and give rise to two cells. After telophase 1, cytokinesis takes place and will give rise to two cells at the end of meiosis 1. Now after meiosis 1, meiosis 2 will take place. Meiosis 2 is similar to mitosis and is sometimes called as meiotic mitosis because it is the mitosis which is actually the second step of meiosis. Clear? Then as a result of this division, 4 haploid cells are formed. This you all know. This division also takes place in 4 steps. Same PMAT, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. But here we are mentioning a 2 over there, that is prophase second, metaphase second, anaphase second and telophase second, followed by cytokinesis. Clear? So this will be similar to mitosis. As a result, we will have 4 daughter cells, 4 haploid cells, and this will also have PMAT, prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2 and telophase 2, and this will all be followed by cytokinesis again. Coming on to the diagram. See here what we have got after meiosis 1. We have received one of the homologous pair, one member of the homologous pair is here and another member of the homologous pair is here. Just identify these two, compare these two color wise. I have done the color coding here. The blue portion is the normal one and the pink portion here is the exchanged one between the homologous pair. See here in this one the whole chromosome is pink, only the exchange portion is blue. So these are homologous pair which were present together, but now they have separated because the first meiotic division has already taken place. Similar is the case for the second chromosome. Here the second chromosome is all pink in color and the exchanged portion is blue. Similarly here the complete chromosome is blue in color, whereas the exchange portion is pink. Now this is prophase. In prophase again the nuclear membrane which was formed is again disappearing, and they are again entering into a metaphase. This metaphase too will have these chromosomes now, the single unit chromosome arranging themselves towards again the equatorial plane in both the cells. In both the cells, the metaphase means always, metaphase will always be accompanying with the alignment of the chromosome in the equatorial plane. And the second point, again the spindle fibers will come and attach to the centromere. So these two things are happening in metaphase 2 also. Then comes anaphase 2. In anaphase 2, the spindle fibers condense again, and when the spindle fibers condense, now here what will happen? Due to shrinking of the spindle fibers, the chromatids will be separated from the centromere and they will move apart, forming V shape or J shape or L shape, whatever may be the position. Depending on the position of the centromere, they will form that structure. This is very important. Do not make a straight chromosome while in anaphase. They will be having a particular structure, a V, a J or an L structure. So this will move to the opposite poles, and finally in the telophase they will form the single chromatid. The single chromatid which has which has reached to the opposite pole, they will form a nuclear membrane again to give rise to two nucleus in one cell. Then again cytokinesis will take place, as this is a plant cell. So here what will happen? Why this is a plant cell? Because no centrosome or centriole is visible. So in this what will happen? If there will be a cell plate formation from the center to the periphery, giving rise to four daughter cells. Clear? These four daughter cells will be having n number of chromosome. That means they will be haploid in number. Clear? Now coming on to the significance of meiosis. The first significance of meiosis, it helps in the production of haploid gametes and maintains the chromosome number in the offspring after fertilization. This I have explained it to you. Second, it produces new generation. Of course, when meiosis is taking place in the reproductive cell, and these reproductive cells are responsible for the new generation production. So ultimately it is meiosis which is responsible for production of new generation. The third significance, and a very important one, is that meiosis leads to variations in generations caused by crossing over, which occurs during meiosis 1. This is the reason why siblings are although similar but non-identical. See, I have told you that after the crossing over has taken place, the sister chromatids also become non-identical. This crossing over leads to variations, and although you are genetically same with your sibling, but you are not identical. Why you are not identical? Because of this crossing over, and the percentage of crossing over is unique for you and your brother or sister. So that is why children of the same parents are not identical. They are not same. Do not get confused with the twins. I am not taking twins into account. Twins is an altogether different concept that we will be studying somewhere in the syllabus. So here we end. This is it for today. So I hope you understood this. Go through the chapter from your book and draw the diagrams. I'll be sharing with you the notes. Copy the same, or if you want, you can paste the printouts in your notebooks. I hope you understood the concept. All the best. We shall be continuing in the next class. Thank you so much.